In the past budget year, in order to save money, the town manager adjusted downward the minimum staffing levels of the fire department, which actually had the effect of cutting back on overtime. As a result, the union filed a grievance. One reason that the town of Pahrump lost in arbitration was because the town manager did not have the express authority in his job description to determine staffing levels. So agenda item number 12 provides is that the town manager will have, in all of that legalese, basically the express authority to determine staffing levels for all employees and to limit overtime in order to save the town money.
You're taking a weak sentence that was in a town manager job description, whoever that may be, and strengthening it for the future. But just because you're strengthening it, it does not supersede any collective bargaining agreement. So collective bargaining agreements are still held way up here.
Mr. Chairman, as Mr. Kohlbarger pointed out, he would have to follow any legal requirements. And of course, with the fire department, they have a labor contract that they agree to, which includes the staffing levels, I would imagine, and all that kind of stuff.
I disagree with this one particular reason is that you have a chief, you have a person who's in charge of the buildings and grounds. They are supervisors. They have to come up. I feel that they should be the one that make the decision if they need the people or not. In the case of Mr. Lewis or Chief Lewis or Matt, them people are contracted to the town. They work for the town. I understand what you're saying. They
work for the town manager.
No, they are contracted. The chief is a contract.
They work for the town manager. Please understand that.
No, I don't. I disagree with you, Mr. Walters.
They actually work for
because how can you have a person go and be a manager or a town manager tell a fire chief how he's going to operate his fire station? I don't think he can.
And he should never do that. However, he is still the supervisor.
Can the board and should the board be abdicating your elected responsibility as a government body by delegating this function to the administrative staff person? And the reason I say that is because you are indicating that the town board has funded the position and the town manager can permanently leave it empty or temporarily leave it empty. That constitutes force reduction. You might want to look at the laws that have to do with force reduction.
Good evening, Scott Lewis, Mayor Fire Chief. Not to echo the words that have already been stated here this evening, but I would at the minimum ask you to table this. And the reason being is because, as has been mentioned, risk assessment and liabilities, I also cannot abdicate my authority to another individual in running a fire department. It's very specific in the laws as far as my requirement of running a fire department. And it always worries me. I think we need further clarification on sort of processes that would end with staffing related issues. And so I think we need to have further clarification on the issue, and I think we have to understand exactly what the roles and responsibilities are within each of the departments that we're speaking of this evening. Thank you.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Nay.
Nay.
Motion carries 3-2.